And when we set moments of the game, we can also split it in organize and transition. We'll see right now, but normally is when the whole team is getting the possession. It's build up against high press, build up against mid block, attack the low block. Yeah, on the other side we have another ones. The point here is that in one side we have the foundations, individual, collective, and from a most global idea about phases of the game, we are going through something more specific. Yeah, okay, organized, offensive, build up against high press. Who can say a situation that could be like this in your minds? Thinking about, okay, the goalkeeper has the ball. What will happen if you can count players? How many players are involved in that situation? Normally, 2 center backs, could be 2 fullbacks, yeah, could be 1 defensive midfielder. And what about the opposing team? How many players can play normally? 3, 2, 4, yeah, depending. But we have to go through that point. Yeah, we have to try to analyze and recognize when we have organized or transition, which elements will appear, how many players most of the times will appear, and it's not the same on 7-a-side that 11 against 11. Yeah, we have organize, build up versus high press. Yeah, like the whole team is trying to press and recover the ball in our field. The build up against the mid block. Yeah, the opposing team is between both halves, yes, and attack the low block is when the opposing team is dropping back and is settled on his own half. Then, when we talk about defensive, it's the same. When we want to recover the ball during the build-up of the opposing team, when we are settled on mid-block, and when we are defending our goal on a low block. Yeah, this is the 3 moments that normally will appear when we are organized. In transition, yeah, offensive, what we said, face the back line, face back line with the space on their back. Yeah, normally when we beat this high press and we find a player between the lines, the defenders are in a high situation and they have a lot of space on their back. Or we can beat a mid block when they are a little bit near from their goal, and when we receive that ball in that space and we want to face them, they are close from the goal. And that is not to be the same. The advantage is not the same. We have less space and going to be more difficult to arrive there. Yeah? Defensive, transition between blocks. Anyone that can suppose what is this? We said high press, yeah? Like high block, mid block, low block. What could be transition between blocks? It's simple. We want to recover the ball. We are going high in order to recover the ball in the opposing half. The opposing team is really good. They broke our pressure, but we drop back, and right now we are settled in our half. We have a transition between one block to the other one. Yeah? And that's transition between the blocks. Defend the attack with the space. What we said, someone is facing our backline, and our backline has to defend with a lot of space on their back, and defend the attack without the space. Our backline is near from their goal. Okay? Let's see some examples. Yes? And what we said before, offensive. After lose the ball in the active space, try to recover the ball, and defensive after recover the ball in the active space. Yeah, we can have this situation that are transitions. Finishing actions could be transition, could not, depends on you. I put it here because normally when we finish the action across a last pass, it's a situation that we take a little bit of advantage, and we broke a little bit the structure of the opposing team, and now we have a little bit of advantage to try to finish the action. Normally when we talk about football, our minds sometimes is just organize. And the transition happens a lot of times. And normally it's like cyclic. Is cyclic correctly? Yeah. Like you are organized, you broke or you lose the ball, you are in transition, you drop back, you organize, and constantly you are doing like that. And in our drills, we have to think about that. I will work always organized? No, because it's not real. After an organized situation, I should link with a transition. And the transition is not counterattack. It's maybe I have a rondo, keep the possession, find this player, and after find this player, we can go over there. Yeah? And it's good to recognize situations in order then to create the drill, because the drill gonna be more realistic on the competition. Yeah? And that's what we want, that the players can live and experience some situations that are gonna be normal on the situation, yeah? Especially when you're growing and when you're under 13s, under 15s, under 16s. It's good to show the players and work in a context similar to your environment of the competition.